What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers live on our Weekday Wagers YouTube channel. I'm your host, Daniel Greer, and with me today is Marky Motto, Mark Wallace. He'll be joining me very shortly. But today on the show, we're getting into what is happening with Balogun and the U.S. soccer men's team. Is he going to get denied? We do have some breaking news that had just happened here recently, right before the show started. Belgium, and they're wanting to look into how he was being allowed to play. So we'll discuss that right off the top of the show. We're also going to get into the storyline that's coming out. It looks like it's in college basketball with some fraud, but also we're going to discuss the MLB and do the payrolls match the actual record? Why are they off? Who's actually the biggest, the teams that are off the most in a good or a negative way? And then, as always, we're going to give you our two plays. We already have two members-only plays, which if you want to be a member, it's very simple. You can go and be a part of the fam here where you've got to sign in and just sign up for $2 a month. Very simple. You get to chat along with us, and we'll give you our special announcement soon as why that's important. Or you can be a baller, and you can get those two plays that I talked about every weekday. Plus, you get the 5X community parlay, which Robbie Hockey is doing. We also have the Sunday night football games that's going to be coming up. So much is happening. All you got to do is become a member. So go ahead and hit the join button if you're watching live on the show, as everybody that's in the comments has already done that. And then at the end of the show, I have the daily dinger video, but we're going to give you our dingers that we have today that Mark and the model, he is the model, Mark the model, is coming out with Justice That Sports and looking at the model and who his guys are presenting. So all of that today on the show. So it's jam-packed, so let's not wait any more time. Marky Model, how are you, sir?
Doing great. Wait, you know what? First of all, I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend. It was, I can tell you, it was jam-packed here, and I have officially hit my summer vacation as far as playing music. So nice little 6-week hiatus until our gigs start up again. I'm looking forward to the break.
Yeah. Speaking of a hiatus, Sky Too Hottie is here. He's been in Cancun for a week. What?
Does he play for the Angels?
Yeah. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's what the Angels are going to be doing very shortly, right? So, anyway.
But listen, that is an absolutely amazing place. I love. It was the Riviera Playa. That whole Mayan Riviera section is great from Cancun all the way down.
I hear you. Well, all right, let's start at the top within the USA and what's happening in regards to that red card that's taking place. All right, Flo Balogun is being able to play. Belgium was trying to see how in the world we can get this reversed, and it's not happening. Thank God, because I think he should be allowed to play. But let's look at and see what's going on with this. Anything that's coming across you that jumps out besides he is able to play, which is phenomenal.
Two things. One, everyone's talking about, and look, the fact that he's able to play in itself is a story. However, when you look at the concessions that FIFA used to say, okay, we're going to reverse this, because it may have been accidental. But by the way, you are on a year's probation, which means that, I mean, there's sanctions in place that if he were to misstep or accidentally do something again, could really hurt the national team as far as they're qualifying for the next World Cup. So I do think that this is not a free pass. It's certainly a blessing that he gets to play.
Right.
I don't know if it needed presidential involvement. It certainly didn't need a president to come out publicly and say, hey, I made this phone call to ask for a review, because it opens the door to what Belgium then can do is say, hey, listen, what are we doing? You know, it feels a little underhanded, and I get it.
Yeah. Well, if you look at this, I think of it very simple. Mark, should he have been given a red card just with that play? Should he have been given a red card?
The short answer to that is no.
Okay.
He should not have been.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. I think in the end, the right thing was that he should not have been given the red card. Okay. And I have a little bit more that I'm going to give on that one. But just overall, he shouldn't have been given the red card. It should have been reviewed. And I have my thoughts on FIFA and what's happening within the World Cup just in general and these red and yellow cards. I want to discuss that here in just a second. But just overall, I think we're getting back to the fact that he shouldn't have been given a red card, to which he should not have been suspended in general for this game. So because of that, I think I'm looking at this. This is the right decision, whether president or whoever got involved at this point. So if it crossed everything else in the end, he should not have been given a red card overall. And so because of that, I think he should be allowed to play no matter what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the destination is the correct destination. I mean, it's where this should have ended up to begin with. I don't think he should have been issued the red card. I certainly think that when you go back and look at VAR with 3 other officials looking at this and say, okay, they got it wrong a second time.
Yeah.
And now FIFA has to review it a third time and say, listen, it's just not what it was. Yes, he can play. Ultimately, it's the right destination. The road to get here is certainly, how do I want to say this? It was the scenic route versus to what should have been more direct.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, let's talk about the red and the yellow card, because right now, like, I watched that England and Mexico game last night.
Wow.
And it was just like, hey, I'm just going to go and like not give you a card at all. But now video people are coming in to which they're like watching it. And I understand people should be watching the game. And then they're the ones calling in and saying, hey, you need to review it, slowing down, stopping the game. There's so much stoppage in there. Then they're coming back, handing another yellow card. And if you end up getting so many yellow cards or 2 within the game, that's practically a red card, right? But then, like, overall, too many yellow cards, you eventually are suspended. So let me just talk about that real quick. This is very much like the old school way of looking back on the way the targeting penalty was called. They had to make some adjustments. I'm looking at this game and I'm like, we're handing out red cards for intent? No, it's just they're going to the video monitor and saying, well, if I turn to page 27, it says if you step on somebody's ankle at any time, you're given a red card. And that's what's coming out of this. I think this is the dumbest thing that soccer is doing. And I think that's why people are losing their minds, is because they're trying to play it one way for some not so others. Some they review, some they don't. Like, I think there needs to be a clear line, but I also there needs to be a little bit of review or forgiveness on this, because handing out red cards and being suspended for a game is absolutely just stupid.
Look, I think when you're at this stage and FIFA has spent the billions of dollars for this tournament, you need to do everything you can to make sure that the officiating is as fair and as efficient as possible. At what point does FIFA say the old system of having one referee and 2 side judges doesn't make sense? It is impossible.
Yeah.
It is impossible for one man to run that entire field constantly for over 90 minutes, over an hour and a half, and be able to see everything on the field. Break it down like a basketball game. Have 2 officials. You're only running half the court or half the field at any given time. And you are now able to see so much more as it opens up in front of you. Stop it already. You can still have the side judges. Absolutely.
Right.
But you don't need just one referee. Because then this happens.
Right.
And now you got one guy who's saying, well, I got to go to VAR now. And once his credibility's gone, it becomes an absolute circus.
I agree. And also the red card being an automatic suspension from a game, I think is stupid too. There needs to be severity levels, but also there should be, like, let's say it's the World Cup. Everybody starts off with a clean slate. If you get a red card, it's going to be reviewed to whether you are suspended for the next game. You're out of that game, which hurts your team tremendously. You're down a player, however long it takes within that game. But you also look at the severity of it. Let's see, if it happens in the 98th minute, and you get a red card and nothing really, you're not really out of that game, I think the severity level of it is, hey, you're suspended in the next game because you weren't really suspended or hurt your team for what you did. And what you did was actually red card material. But like, let's say every game should be, and everything should be looked at. That's how it should happen instead of, hey, you're automatically suspended. And I no matter if it was a Belgium player or a US player, I wouldn't care. I would say that game is penalty enough, unless it's severity and your second red card within the World Cup, then yeah, you're automatically suspended because 2 red cards, that's ridiculous within a short amount of games. So that's what I would do. And within all the leagues, that's kind of how I would look at it just overall.
I'm not a smart guy, but I've already got this figured out. If you get a red card in the game and there is more than half of the second half remaining, meaning that you've played 3/4 of the game, if there's more than that, you sit out for the rest of the game. You literally have now hurt your team for at least one half of a game. If something happens in that last 25 minutes of the game,
right,
22 minutes, the last 22 minutes of the game, not only do you sit out that, now you sit out the next game because it stops all that BS from happening at the end of the game from a losing team just taking cheap shots trying to hurt the other players. It stops all that as well. You're now out. And they've got to do something to fix it because this, it's just you're over penalizing. And for what?
I don't agree with that, Mark. Because what if Flo Balogun would have done that in the last 25 minutes of your scenario? Yeah. Same scenario. He just kind of rolls up on somebody accidentally. He would have been suspended this next game no matter what, right?
So, no, what I'm saying is if they look, if you're going to issue red cards, right? First, and that scenario, what I just explained is the secondary outcome of putting 2 officials on the field.
Okay.
Along with the side judges. Using VAR and having a FIFA official as part of that VAR group.
Yeah.
Because now you have somebody at the organizational level who is weighing in and saying, guys, that's not what this is. And Joe brings up a great point. This super slow-mo on a physical act, it's like watching a quarterback get an arm, getting hit hard or something on the tackle where he bounces off the ground. You put that in super slow-mo, it looks horrific. But in real time, it's just a natural football act. Yeah. Same thing with soccer. The only time I disagree with that is like on an out-of-bounds play. If a ball is going, who touched it last, fair foul, that sort of thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're looking at these, what everybody else is saying. Robbie Hawk's saying it's like an automatic suspension for targeting college football. You just flag the player, you move on. It's ridiculous. And that's kind of what I'm referring to is they're going like, and FIFA has been doing it this way for the longest, right? So they're in this mode. I just see that it's just dumb. And if they can't figure it out, it doesn't make sense. But this is why soccer is hard. It's tough to catch on. I know it's catching on internationally, and I know, soccer is huge, but I'm just saying the sport is just, there's so many flaws, but there's so much corruption within soccer as well. So maybe that's with a whole nother deal. But Nonsense McGee says the easiest solution for all the World Cups is 1 red card. You have no serious injury equals you're out for that game, which is what we talked about. But you can continue. The second red card, you're out of the World Cup no matter what. That could be something that you would look at. And I would be favor of that. You get 2 red cards within a small sample size of games, less than, let's say, 4 or 5. You should be out. You've hurt your team twice now.
But so that's just a modification of the yellow card rule, right? Because if you get 2 yellow cards, like in the opening round, in the round robin section, if you got 2 yellow cards, you missed the next game that you played. If you got two yellow cards in a culmination of those 4 games.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
At some point, they just got to get the officiating under control.
I agree. It's so dumb. All right, let's go to some of these comments that we had real quick. Looks like you had Tony Meschker that Yamal.
Yeah.
Cost him his saloon shot.
Dude, that was the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. You've got your team's best goal scorer getting awarded a penalty kick, and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna let my teammate take it." What the hell's the matter with you?
So dumb. Happy about this. 7 umpires. They've been informed by the MLB. They're going to take their buyout and they're going to retire at the end of the season. One of them is CB Buckner, and there's some other ones that have been there for a long, long time. This is a win for baseball.
Listen, thank you, ABS, is all I'm going to say, because damn, this is overdue. And you know what? Listen, we all get old. We all age. There are things that I just can't do that I used to do. And yes, this is just part of that process. These guys want to hang on as long as they possibly can. Why? Because it's on a huge, huge platform. Why wouldn't they want to be there? But ultimately, yeah, it's time.
Yeah, I agree. All right, tonight on WNBA, Robin Robertson, Gino Auriemma, they were ESPN's first WNBA broadcasters Tuesday night. They're going to reunite and go and call the Dallas Wings against the Liberty. That's tonight, right? Or is that Tuesday? Another Tuesday. Either way, I don't know if it's tonight or not. Do you like that pairing, Robin Robertson, Gino Auriemma?
I think it's great. I have a particular history with Gino, so he's always got the space in my heart.
I like it. Yeah, I like both of these guys for sure. And shout out to Nonsense McGee. Just got his Weekday Wagers hat. I'm seeing what it looks like here, and I am happy because this is the first one I haven't even got any of mine yet. I'm happy. It's supposed to be a 3D puff, so that's a whole nother story. I'll figure that out if that's 3D puff or not. So I might be a little upset personally with our vendor, but we'll figure that out. Another day, another time. But thank you to Nonsense and everybody else who ordered stuff. And also, it is a little bit tealish. We might have to look at maybe getting the color changed, but it was just a process to get that color changed the way it would be fitting our exact blue. But I want to hit on this before we get to our plays. Former Bearcats, Wildcats player Kerr Carissa arrested by the FBI, involvement multi-million-dollar fraud scheme. What do you know about this?
$2.2 million is what this idiot took people for. What an absolute moron. The guy was reaching out to people saying, hey, my mom has cancer. We need money for her treatments. Is there any way you can send some money? And raising, apparently, first of all, dude, go into fundraising. All right. If you can generate that kind of motivation and empathy and people reaching into their pocketbooks in this day and age, God bless you. You just built $2.2 million from people over the course of 5 years. And then at one point, he was posing as his mother.
So dumb.
Talking to these people.
So dumb.
It's just spinning this incredible web of lies to obviously defraud people out of a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can't hit somebody with the book hard enough.
Yeah.
Doing this kind of stuff. This is just stupid.
It is stupid. I don't want to spend too much time on it because it is stupidity. But yeah, this is dumb. The fact that he would take advantage of people, and that's what we're seeing, happen all the time. I know we talked about this briefly right before the show started, and you were like, "Yeah, something about the Nigerian prince. Like that's the old school days. It's like you gotta pay. You gotta pay right now.
This is the Nigerian Prince 2.0. That's all this is.
No doubt. All right. Well, let's get to our picks here. Before we do, we got to hear from our buddy, Seabass.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors, original, hot, and no salt, that's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't-miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
Well, we got 2 plays. Let's go ahead and give them to Mark. You're up.
All righty. I am laying the run line with the Dodgers here at -110. Look, this is a matchup that just screams LA from the very first pitch. The Dodgers, They're one of the most dangerous offenses in baseball, and we're actually getting a benefit of them losing last night to the Padres here because they're taking on the Rockies. And when you put a lineup that's going to feature Ohtani, Freeman, Betts, and Teoscar Hernandez against a pitcher who struggled as much as Kyle Freeland has this season, it's just mind-boggling to me that we're getting this at -1.5 when it should be at probably 2.5. Freeland comes into this with a 7.25 ERA. That's you're trying to put out a fire with gasoline when he takes the mound tonight in Los Angeles. I am personally going to play this and ladder this up to 2.5. I'll probably sprinkle something at 3.5 because I think the Dodgers win this one in a runaway.
Wow, we got a little runaway action. I like this as being a runaway as well. Hunter Goodman, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at -124. And I found out here recently that my buddy Robbie Long Dong is on this one with me as well. So when we're both on these, I'm feeling good about it, especially when you have a guy in Hunter Goodman who is crushing the ball. But if you look at these and what he's doing, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs. He's done this 7 of the last 9 games. He's going up against a guy, Eric Lauer, who he's 2 for 6 with a dinger against. Eric Lauer, he does struggle against the righties, being a lefty. And so I look at this just overall. Over the last 3 games, Hunter Goodman has had 2 hits in each of the last 3 games. So now you're playing in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. You would think, does a Hunter Goodman hit better at home or away? He hits better away, which is crazy because it's Coors Field. But I already have him at the daily dinger for a home run today. We're looking at Hunter Goodman to get a home run probably, and that's going to clear everything. But if not, a double in the gap for an RBI, or even if he doubles in the gap, somebody drives him in. Either way, we cash with both of those. And so I feel good about our boy Hunter Goodman. Me and Robbie hockey together on this one. Yeah, I like it.
I saw that and I was like, uh-oh. Let me get that one in now.
Yeah.
You guys are both on the same page.
Yeah. Nonsense says ladder up the Dodgers runs. Can't say that. Over 5.5 up to over 9.5.
I love it. I think it's a great way to go too. I'm playing the spread as well.
It says, when did Robbie Long Dong happen? Guess who never watched a Daily Dinger video?
That's 100% giveaway. That is how to tell us you've never seen a Daily Dinger video by not
bro.
Never seen a Daily Dinger video.
This is why the inaugural guy is not getting a fancier looking shirt, to which I think I'm pretty close to being done designing the shirt overall. And so I've gotten both of you and Robbie Long Dong's blessing. I think it looks pretty good. And so, yeah, he said he's getting to him, but in the end, it's all about the dong there. All right, let's get to more baseball. We want to hit on these before we get too far and get to our daily dinger. But if you're looking at this screen right here, check it out because this is important. I don't know if you're seeing this at all, but obviously you have the $328 million, which is the most expensive team in the Mets, and they are just so bad. I know that sticks out, and I know there are some others, but I had no idea the Guardians had the lowest payroll in Major League Baseball. But what sticks out to you?
Look, you see this right off the bat, and you think, okay, I'm looking at the Mets. Horrible. They're not only the worst team, they've already fired their manager, and they're still reeling. You know, which tends to get me thinking. It's not so much the managerial and the coaching staff as much as it is as you're overpaying for players who are not performing. It's time to cut ties. But then you see a team like the Rays, right? $102 million. They lead the American League East.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just they're overperforming what they're look, modern day Moneyball. First of all, I love that movie. Billy Bean, absolute genius. Love it. But when you see in actual action like this, it just starts to make sense. And it gets me questioning, how can people, if we're all looking at the same data set, how did something like this happen? You know, where you start saying, where is Juan Soto really worth the $42 million. And I guess my question is for the Dodgers at $302 million.
Yeah.
Are we counting Ohtani's deferred payments?
So I was going to look at that, and I saw Joe brought this up. How are the Dodgers not the highest for the next 30 years?
Yeah.
All right. So I went and looked at this. I'm looking at this right now. They're paying Kyle Tucker 57.1. He's the highest paid player on their team. So he's 57.1 on there for the next 4 years. I'm guessing. Yeah, 4 years. Shohei Ohtani, how much do you think he's making per year right now on their actual contracts?
Yeah, it's like hardly anything. It's a couple million.
Well, no, I think so. What I'm seeing here is 46 million.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket.
So Mookie Betts is 30, Yamamoto's 27, Freeman's 27, Teoscar's 19. But if you look at this, Shohei signed a 10-year, $700 million contract. So we know there's some money missing somewhere, and that's because it is deferred. But I want to see how far does it say Shohei's getting paid.
So listen, if I tried that accounting with the IRS, I would immediately get audited.
Right. Yeah, I'm curious what Shohei. I'm going to go try to see if I can click on his name real quick and see if I can go look through it. But it says, it's annual on here. It's only showing 28 million is his actual contract. The luxury tax, a total of 46. So it's cash annual 2 million and then a cumulative cash of 6 this year. And then it goes more and more and more and more. But deferred money. All right. So starting in 2034, he is owed $68 million. And that's going to happen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So from 2034 to 2043, he is owed $68 million each year. That's how they've gotten around it, which is crazy. Yes.
Which is exactly another Bobby Bonilla day.
Yeah. Which Bobby Bonilla is like 1 point something, for so many years. His just happening for $68 million for 10 years. that honestly is that's at the age of 39. So in 2034, he'll be 39 years old. And so then 39 to 48, he'll be getting paid $68 million. It's crazy. Anyway, the other thing that stuck out to me was the Brewers keep doing Brewer things. How they don't have more of a bigger payroll, 55 and 33 at 133. And I'm assuming these are all correct. If you don't like them or if you disagree, agree with whatever these are, fine. Go talk to DraftKings. This is where we saw them. But the Rays, as you pointed out, was good. The Cardinals are doing better. Their tarps off. They're doing a lot better than they expected to be doing at this point.
Right.
The Nationals, they start off terrible, but they've somehow held serve where they're at 1 game above 500. And then the Marlins are, doing well as well. Like that National League East where the Braves and the Phillies are there, but as also the Marlins and the Nats is a decent, division. So
you look at the lowest 5 on that list all have winning records.
Yeah.
By the way,
that's
what I
crazy.
mean? That's insane.
Yeah. And the A's they're feisty. So if you add in the Pittsburgh Rays, like that whole back row is not bad at all. Detroit is struggling in the first row. San Diego is abysmal.
Colorado is who we thought they were.
Yes. 37-54. Wow.
And by the way, San Diego's not that bad. They're just 1 game under 500, so stop it.
That's enough of that. All right, let's move to the dinger, what we have here. And so where we kind of look at a few guys to see who's going yards. So let's see who we got here. We have Hunter Goodman at plus 200. Obviously, I like him. Dong Alvarez plus 220. Shohei Ohtani plus 220. Junior Caminero plus 320. And Trent Grisham as a plus 405. Who do you like?
Look, if you haven't been riding the Camaro, what is the matter with you? You're throwing money away. Again, at plus 320, the value on a guy like Junior Caminero, who has been crushing the ball lately, playing the Yankees tonight in Tampa Bay, rivalry game. The Rays want nothing more than to crush the Yankees during this series. Yeah, give me Caminero.
Does it worry you So Caminero played in Houston yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was his birthday yesterday. So they did not score a run. So obviously he didn't hit a dinger. He's been on fire. Play in Houston at roughly a 3:30 Eastern game. You fly back to Tampa or you go home, and you're probably getting there around 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, maybe. And it's your birthday. You think he tied one on last night? I know he's not old, but he's not young.
Nah.
He could be hungover today. Does that
Nah.
not worry you at all?
No, because honestly, now you're talking about him getting home. And then by the time you get home, unpacked, showered, ready to go out to the club. First of all, in Tampa Bay, if this was in Miami, different story. In Tampa Bay, not that kind of a vibe, not that kind of a scene in Tampa Bay. No, doesn't worry me. It would worry me tonight after they beat the Yankees. They go out and tie one on. Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be a little rough for the Camaro.
Okay. All right. Well, the Caminero cash, I like that. And Robbie's on the same, mind thoughts with me. He's talking about he could be still drunk or at least hungover for sure. But we talked about it personally yesterday. He had a walk and a strikeout yesterday. And so that's what kind of we were looking at is like, yeah, well, it's his birthday, but more than likely he's not hitting a home run. Walk, strikeout, all that looks good. So
what people don't understand is that actually happens. I mean, Robbie is so good at the narrative pieces that he'll send you and I like these, hey, it's Caminero's birthday, slamming the home run. I'm like, I'm playing for the strikeout. There's no way he hits a home run.
Exactly. I'm going to take a guy who I like, and the weather's not perfect, but it's not bad. The wind's kind of blowing right to left a tiny bit, but I think because the right side is still there, I'm going off the board with Matt Olson at a plus 320.
Interesting. Yes.
Going against Freddie Peralta, struggles against the lefty. And I think that we're still in line because I think Matt Olson's hitting the ball really well, and he did it yesterday again. The Braves have kind of fallen down a lot since all the injuries, but I think Matt Olson he should be the MVP of the league in my opinion still, but he has played well enough. I still think he drops one and puts it into I think it's the Coors Light land. No, I can't remember what it's called. There's something over in right field. Has something to do with Coors Light. I cannot remember the name of it, but yeah, that's where I'm going. We'll see. All right, let's finish up this as we always do it. Nonsense going. Caminero, Alvarez, Ohtani. Sprinkle on DG's picks earlier. Okay. Abrams, Soto, Marte. Another couple more sprinkles on Okamoto, Harper, and his man Nasim Nunez.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is. That's a lot of dingers.
Look, Nonsense has been putting together like 8 and 12 guy for like when he hits. Nonsense. When you hit that one, remember me. That's all I'm saying. Just remember me, bro. Let's go grab a beer.
Yeah, let me borrow a few dollars. The Chop House, Coors Light Chop House. That's for the Braves. The truest part.
Hey, and just so you know, this just came in. The Sacramento Kings are waiving DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah. They waived
wonder
him.
where he's going to go to.
I don't know.
Says he'll be one of the top free agents other than LeBron, James. Yeah, I see that from Shams right now.
How are these guys considered the top free agents at their – first of all, the fact that you're saying about LeBron, like he's going to turn your club around, your team around, that he doesn't have that in him anymore. He's looking for a soft landing.
And it's funny because he's talking about going to Cleveland, which would be storybook-esque. Like he starts his career in Cleveland, ends his career in Cleveland. They have a decent team, but you already have Donovan Mitchell. You have, James Harden.
You got a backcourt that's older than I am. All right. and there's no storybook ending. That would be a nightmare for Cleveland Cavalier fans.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And they are keeping.
Go to Miami. Go to Miami.
They're keeping a position open in case Bronny wants to come.
Oh, God. So stupid. So dumb. So
Um, Robbie says LeBum looking for a soft landing is the story of his career.
That's his title for his bio.
Yeah. Go home, as Kim says. All right. Well, there is some summer league games going on. I haven't looked at it. I can do this live right now and see what the total is, but I want to see. Last year, I don't know if I went like 13-1 in summer league total games, or maybe it was like 18-1, 13-1.
Yeah,
I
you
finally
were
lost
killing
one.
it.
I was on a heater last year.
Oh man.
I want to see if I can look at it right now while we're live and see if there's any totals. 180 in one game. The Grizzlies game, the game I'm interested in, 184.5. The Grizzlies are really good, and they're also good defensively. I'm assuming they're playing all their best players tonight. I think Darren Peterson can score enough on his side, and I think Boozer and the gang, Cedric Coward, all of them can score enough. I think 184.5 is a good number, but I would still take it over. What are you laughing at?
I was looking at the daytime baseball score. We got the Phillies and the Royals playing a little daytime baseball today. And one of my member exclusive 3K parlay legs is already hit. And we're not even out of the first inning yet, and we've already got one leg hit.
Oh, I thought you meant the whole thing is hit. I was like, no, God.
No, not yet.
I'm guessing it was Kyle Schwarber.
Come on. Dude he's an ATM.
Looks like Bohm doubled to center. Trey Turner scored. That's out. And then Cags ground out to fielder's choice. Bobby Witt scored. And then Lofton single to right. Caglione scored as well. So looks like Kansas City is up 2-1 over the Phillies just in the bottom of the first. That's a phenomenal game.
There's only 2 outs. The Royals might score again here. Yeah. But Schwarber, dude, just been automatic.
I like it.
Just automatic.
I didn't love the weather there. I think that's the game. I didn't love the weather there in KC. I think it was what you're seeing now is you're seeing some circling. I'm sorry. It is good weather for hitting home runs, but the winds are circling a little bit right now. So if you pay attention to anything, I stayed away from the St. Louis game is because the winds are kind of changing and moving. So there's a lot of movement, which can push a baseball down pretty quickly. So just be careful there with the wind, kind of turning. That could have some issues. But overall, should be a fun game in that one. But thank you all to everybody that's watching live on my social media as well as Mark's social media. If you're not familiar with us and if you're watching for the first time, thank you. But we're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday right now, live 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock God's time. And we go about 30-ish minutes. The ish is probably more of where we're going to these days. It's only 3 days a week. But we do put out the Daily Dinger video. We do put out other NRFI videos, whatever, and then if you want to be a member, you can be a member. $5, you get extra plays, more of stuff like this. But the main thing is come to Weekday Wagers, join, subscribe, hang out there. And you can kind of see more of our content, but it's crazy what the numbers are doing. Great. I see people moving. I'm watching the numbers go from one side to the other to our Weekday Wagers. So I appreciate it.
The show is live. We go live. We're not afraid to go live. We go live.
No, that's a story for another day. But yes, we are live, but we're going to change 9/8. Not changing from going live 9/8, which is September the 8th. What does that ring a bell? September the 8th on a Wednesday. Does anything ring a bell to you? What's happening that day?
Wow. I think it's got something to do with football.
And it's not Maction. It's the NFL.
Not Maction. It's actually the NFL playing on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, which is crazy to me, the fact that NFL is starting on a Wednesday.
Is it technically Thursday? Because I do believe that's
in the States.
That's in the States?
Wednesday's in the States on the 8th. So September the 8th will be our last Wednesday show because we'll be moving over to Thursday.
We'll be moved to Thursday.
Because on 9/9, that's another NFL game, which Netflix is putting on live from Melbourne, Australia. And so that week will be the interchange of Wednesday, Thursday, but we'll be live Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that week. So So you get a four banger there. But yeah, that'll be our last Wednesday show, first Thursday show of the year as we transition over there, and then our normal Friday shows. But yes, the Big Baller Brand.
Did you know? My member exclusive plays, we've cashed all 3 of them. We haven't lost one yet. They've all been plus money. Today's is plus money. And if for some reason people missed it because one of them was this day game, you can still go back because I gave you an option to play the late games, an additional add-in, if you will.
Joe says we could do this every day. Crazy idea. I know, but we're busy. We're busy.
What?
The show is live
every day.
But special announcements. Last thing we'll hit on. Mondays, starting next Monday, 20 minutes past the hour, we will have a guest on every Monday. And that will be, I don't want to break my mic stand. I'm trying to do a drum roll. Rafael Esparza. If you know about Rafael, you know what he has. He is a guy who's all about the numbers and knows everything about everything happening in the sports world related to sports betting. So 20 minutes after the hour, he'll be here on our show. So 1:20 God's time, 2:20 some other people's time. He'll be live for about 20-ish minutes. And the reason is because once Monday Night Football starts, we're going to have the show. We're going to open it up. It's going to be me and Mark going quick. And we're going to be here giving you 20 minutes of what we have happening right now, any of the storylines, our bets. And then when he comes in there, we'll have a chance for us to break down the Monday Night Football game, as well as whatever else happened, and then whatever other questions you have. So if you are live and you're actually a part of the fam or baller, then you can ask the questions, and I will make sure we answer as many questions, if not every question that you might have about line movement or whatever it might be. Rafael will be here, and then me and Mark will end the show as we close up shop that way. So that's how it's all going to go. Just getting everybody an idea on what's happening. But yes, Rafael is awesome, and all the streamers, everything. So yes, he will be here with us every Monday, and we're working on the other stuff. I think Thursdays, we've done TV timeout, but Thursday is going to be Thursday Night Football. It's going to be tough. Friday, we're going to hit on football leading up. So starting in about 3 weeks, we're going to start breaking down the divisions, get you up to our final predictions for NFL, final predictions for college, and then literally it's the college season starting at the end of August. And so will be very, very busy moving forward. But we'll look and see if there's other people we want to bring on for, little segments, but Rafael will be every Monday moving forward. His about 20-ish minutes, but 20 minutes after the hour. No, this will be the Weekday Wagers show for sure. This will be where you find us. There'll be no confusion here. You just got to be a member. You get more content. So anything you got, Mark, before we get out of here? Do not comment.
I love our chat.
The chat's the best. Miss Kim's the best. Everybody's the best. We love everybody. Hopefully, if you order stuff, it's coming in soon, and then we'll figure all that. Make sure everything looks good. The first go around, and honestly, you might be an OG that got something that we might have changed and tweaked. Either way, you might have 1 of 1 or 1 of 5 early on. But that's all we have. It's going to be a fun game tonight with the World Cup. I'm actually going out with my buddy to a bar. We're going to be watching the game. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, it should be a good time. He even said we might get some chants going. Not the chanting type, but you know what? I'll hang out.
You're not the chanting type? You strike me as the guy who, in a crowd, would get everybody going. You just give off that kind of energy.
Don't know me. I'm trying to hide. I want to be the guy who doesn't talk to anybody. Unless I know you, then we'll talk all night. But if I don't know you, I'm like, good. I can go in the corner and hide, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
As long as I got a game to watch, you can hang out, do all the chants you want. Just give me a beverage and let me hang out. And no, I don't do White Claws. But have you ever heard Surfside? Phenomenal.
Surfside. What is
Surfside? No bubbles, vodka, lemonade, vodka, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I've heard of those.
Yeah. Joe's trying to do a Tuesday show.
Kim brings up a great point. You don't do the tomahawk chop during Braves
This is my
games?
tomahawk chop.
When you're at the stadium?
Yeah. Like my kids, everybody's like the full thing. And as a kid, yeah, I know. But now I'm just like, I'll support it. Most of it's by the way, it's 6-1 in that KC game. This is the chop for me. Because they turn the lights off, which is really cool. If you haven't been in the Braves Stadium, Truist Park, it's great. Once it gets dark enough, night games, it's electric. My kids they said they had more fun there than they did at Savannah Bananas game. Just shocking. And it wasn't because the game was good. It was, but they don't care that much about it. But it was just like, it was entertaining. There was always something going on. The lights were phenomenal. Like, everything was cool.
Robbie doesn't do the chopping too much like FSU. We just found Robbie's new punishment, by the way.
I think you should do the chop the whole show. Yeah, if you stop chopping for more than 20 seconds.
Then he's got to bark like the Georgia Bulldog.
All right. Well, if you want merch, you can see it down the bottom, weekdaywagers-shop.fourthwall.com. Yes, that's the site. Anyway, you can hit the link in the description.
You thought JustASatSports.com was long.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't purchase it yet. All right, that's all we got. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. A little longer show than normal, but you know what? We're always having fun for sure.
Go USA.
Go USA. Should be a good game. Hopefully Balogun scores a hat trick. Phenomenal.
Crazy.
I would go nuts. All right, we'll see everybody Wednesday. Joe, Wednesday.
Wednesday.